Absolute bust. So welcome to fucking playing Druid loaded from tape, I guess. That's what this video is rapidly turning into. Well, at least it reset for me, so it's a polite failure, that one. I looked up that thing and it isn't COVID that is infecting the cats, but it can be treated with the same drug that they attempt to treat COVID in humans with. Begins with an L. It's on the Greek side of Cyprus. It's probably all the pork they put in the doner kebabs. The losers. Straight bit of fag ash there. Not that it's going to come out on this shit camera in this shit 640 by 480 mode. And if I try recording in HD, it doesn't really work. Because you get the the black band on the screen because you're recording exactly half the frame rate of the TV, which is 50 frames per second, and it's out of sync. This is the camera, see, the famous shitty camera. I am interested in getting a decent camcorder. But it won't be. I won't buy it specifically for YouTube. I'd buy it because I would like to have a decent camcorder. But I use them so rarely. It is a bit of a luxury, if I'm honest. Yeah, we definitely need to fix that zip stick. It's only, I mean, any joystick will do because it's only using ground and the 5 pins for like fire and the cardinal directions, although they may be atheist directions in reality. I don't think joysticks are particularly Christian. Yeah, there's some silly music on the Amstrad version of this game when it's loading, very silly. But they didn't bother to try and attempt to do this music. Yeah, you're not going to have any fancy effects doing loading music on the Amstrad because it's not an easy system to do software loaders for and have full access to the CPU. CPU bandwidth. I'm guessing it's something like that because I've only found 2 games with loading music on the Amstrad. One was that Firebird, Booty, that was it, and the other one is Druid, and they kind of sound similar. They sound a bit ColecoVision, if I'm honest, more so than usual. Personally, I would have gone with orange and not brown. There's too much of a luminance gap there. He's used it there for shadow, where he should probably be using grey and green. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Check that out. So they have used blue, light blue and white for the sky. Definitely some blue and white going on for this thing here, whatever that is. This is quite nice. Maybe where they got black here they could have used brown, but then I don't know. Bob Stevenson. I guess the hand is purple for the same reason that they've used purple on the cape, although they could have used light red in both cases. Well, they've got 2 shades of grey and white for the castle and the stones. There must be some technical reason why certain colours are done a certain way. Maybe this should all be... Yeah, well, you need the white for the thing, so... Yeah, no. There's only 1 shade of green going on here, so I don't really understand that. It's just regular green from what I can tell, and white. So perhaps white should be changed to the lightest grey. Interesting. Yeah, see, there is orange around the eyes. I'm sure that's orange, and it's not the same colour as that. So I don't know. Perhaps they should have done light green and regular green. That would certainly work for there. Is there brown used anywhere else? Not that I can see. So it's an interesting choice. Either this should be orange, or this should be orange, or this should be green, light green, and the other bit regular green. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at the cover actually. Where's the cover? Yeah, on the cover it's actually yellow and green. Look. So it's an interesting choice of colours. Purple is like where the black is on the Druid. Oh, and that geezer there is not blue. He's gold coloured kind of thing. So I wonder if it's worth taking a picture of this. Right. Thank fuck the instructions are on the reverse of the inlay. There you go, there's the instructions. Yeah, that won't pick up well enough to read, I don't think. Cool music anyway, I like it. It says use a joystick in port 2 for the manual Golem, which is only available on the Commodore and Amstrad version for some reason. So it must be a joystick port 1 game then. Right, we're doing the invisibility spell. Invisibility spell, innit? How many of those do I have? Not many actually. Yeah, if the invisibility spell lasted the whole time, I think we need, is it electricity to zap the bugs, you know, later on. I think it's space to change weapon. No, it isn't. Go away, mate. That's the point. I need to know what changes weapon. You can run, stop it. Right, P. Yeah, dropping the joystick ain't gonna help. energy is a bit fucked actually. I think you should have unlimited firepower in this game. They've turned it too much into an arcade adventure. There you go. Maybe you should have gone for invisibility. Save the invisibility spell for somewhere where I actually need it. They may come in handy at a certain point. Yeah, I'm sure the beetles are the ones you need to use electricity for, I think. Whereas possibly fire. There we go, fire. I think one just works better than the other, so same sort of tactics that you use in Gauntlet when you're almost out of energy. Yeah, the invisibility spells might come in useful actually. Where'd he go? Shame you can't cycle through your weapons here. There you go. Yeah, don't work on him, does it? We'll go back to our water for the ghosts, which we'll have to go all the way round to get to. Oh, of course. What an asshole. So you might as well load up on stuff. There is a platform you stand on which increases your health. Gonna run out of bloody shots. Right, what's the key for Golem? £. We're in the money with the Golem. Oh, they're all together, those keys. Right, okay, that makes sense. I don't think you can get, oh you can get over here, so is there one down here? There is another one down here, right, okay. We'll go over electricity and we'll cycle it, we'll get ready to cycle the weapons. There's no way out of here now. Don't know what it's coming out like on the camera, but no, now it's not the time for camera check. Oh, crap, look, we're just running out of energy. Damn it. Quick. Oh, he just, 1 pixel touched me. Half a half-wit at least, please. Yeah, I'll probably play this bit later in it. Should be able to go behind the trees. That's bad design. You should have drawn the graphics differently, even if they couldn't be bothered to code it with better collision. Oh, see, that really fucks me up. Yeah, see, they don't get done by the... So you can't swap weapons while you're moving. I'm going to test it. No, you can't. If you're holding anything down on the joystick. So this game needs some updates, I would say. It could be a lot better. There's more RPG elements than you might want as an arcade gamer. And an RPG gamer is not going to be playing this, so... That's where the golem is. Alright, we're going to sort them out with a bit of golem action in a bit. Just, should be able to get energy from these as well. I think it is actually quite a difficult game. 2 invisibility spells, and how do we use that? That's a minus, right? Okay. I don't know how you do the chaos spell. Clear home. Right, so that is those 4 keys: plus, minus, pound, and clear home. So we're gonna go with invisible now, because I need to get to the platform where you can replenish your energy. That's the thing. There's somewhere around here, I think. No, that's the entrance to the next thing. Should we check out the golem? Oh, I got a golem. There we go. Don't give me that funny noise. How do you do the automatic golem? Hang on a minute, hang on. Don't want to waste my little golem there, mate. Alright, Commodore key on the Commodore, alright. I want to go that way. What are you doing, mate? There you go. There you go. I think he just follows me actually, so it's not really helping. It's yeah, a bit rough around the edges this game, I must admit. There are a few things that make it even more difficult than it already is, and it already is too difficult, so that's a game for another day, that one. Do that, put this away. The slap fight isn't going to be much fun. Oh, we haven't even done wizardry yet, because I don't have a rapid fire joystick, and I don't believe it has rapid fire built in. That's another thing. Home systems should have rapid fire built in, at least as an option, because on an arcade machine it's easy to hammer the fire buttons when you're holding the joystick whilst playing games on your computer or home console, unless it's got a joypad. That's not really the same, is it? Oh, this needs rewinding as well. Let's see. Don't want to do the tiling too early, because I've got other stuff to do after that. Like eat my pizza, which I'll be cooking at a low temperature, so it certainly isn't takeaway quality. Although the oven is certainly capable of it, should I so choose. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a popular video, whatever, mate. Oh no! Those reels, yeah, it's not going to work. You don't want to know what I'm doing, mate. Maybe a bit of moisture on the reels actually help. Nah. So we are going to have to load wizardry. Wizardry requires a lot of brain power though. Something that I'm not good at after a lot of fucking grunt work in the house. So most of these tapes that don't load, well actually all of them so far, are because the reels, they're not going round freely. Although I think with this one it was actually a load error. Seem to remember. Yeah, these tape reels are going round fine. Yeah. So I watched The Matrix yesterday after watching Blade 1, and they're probably the best films of that era. I mean, I'm watching The Matrix Reloaded at the moment. I just finished watching the highway chase scene, which I think The Matrix Reloaded is okay. It's only The Matrix 4 I have a problem with. It's not a bad film, but it shouldn't have been called Matrix 4 because... Alright, the reason there's no Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus, and get this, is because there was a computer game, probably PS2 I would imagine, that had... Well, basically Morpheus dies in it. So apparently, because that happened in that PS2 game, they had to fuck up the film. So there's no Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus. So that was shit. The other thing is, the guy who plays Agent Smith, I can't remember his name, he had other contractual commitments. So he couldn't be in Matrix 4. Now there you go, there's alarm bells there. It's like, hang on a minute. Perhaps you should have delayed Matrix 4. But I suspect what happened was, because, is it Larry Wachowski? Had a sex change operation between making the third Matrix film and the fourth one. They were probably pretty damn pleased that they were given that sort of budget to make a film. I'm sure there's like, there's a thing going on where they're probably, there is prejudice. I would imagine there is. So maybe that was the reason where it's like, well, we've got this budget. We have to start using it within 6 months. Maybe we have to rewrite Agent Smith out of it. So yeah, that might have been out of their hands. I don't know if both the Wachowskis did Matrix 4. I only saw credit for Lana Wachowski, so that's the interesting thing. If that is the reason, that's terrible. That shouldn't happen. Certainly not in 2016. However, that is the reason why Matrix 4 will never be as good as the two that I've seen so far. Because there's no Morpheus as we know him, and there's no Agent Smith. So I think it's a bit like if you had Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, and either Luke Skywalker or Han Solo was missing. I think what happens on this one, it goes to the end of the tape and it just stops and it hasn't loaded. I think that's what happened last time on a different tape deck. So I suppose really we're testing the... Well, no, because it's the... I don't know if I'm testing tape, so I'm kind of testing tape deck at the same time. Battery warning indicator has just started flashing on the camera. I don't want to put the volume too high. I don't know how much tape there. It looks like a fair bit of tape is left. So why was it saying so many blocks to load? They've turned the SID register off completely. Yeah, it don't really work. I do actually have one of those things. What's it called? Load It. It's got like 5 or 6, rectangular LEDs It's supposed to show the signal strength, I suppose, but it's not working. Not only do the lights not come on, but that tape deck don't load fuck all either, so it's a bit fucked really. Now it'd be a miracle if I find the straw for my WD-40. It's a miracle. I've left it taped to the side of there you go. There's quite a lot in there, good. Oh, there's another 2 PSUs there. I think one of those is bad. The brick one, but the wedge one, I don't know if that one's good or bad. Interesting. The anticipation. I don't know if I've tried loading this copy of Impossible Mission. I think I did. Trouble with these ones is because they're paper, they get stained very easily and you can't really clean them. Yeah, it's just gonna make it worse. There's nothing you could do. Best way to clean these is probably a bit of sellotape that you've put on your jumper first. Oh, there's the copy of Thrust. Fell out of the tape. No, I didn't put WD-40 on this one. Don't think we've got enough battery time. This seems to be a not very turbocharged turbo loader. I don't know why they're not called supercharged loaders, because a supercharger is better than a turbocharger. So, yeah, go mate, who knows? Probably the kind of person they assumed would be buying home computers with turbo loaders on them would be aspiring to a Ford Escort RS Turbo, I suppose, rather than a Dodge Challenger. With a supercharger, obviously. Nah, I don't know if I can watch that film. It's, what's his name? With Barry Newman. Is it Barry Newman? No, he's the reviewer. Vanishing Point I'm talking about. He's something Newman. I'm sure his surname is Newman. Well, the tape is still going round, the reels that is. Okay, I'm guessing that's intentional rather than crash. Can't really tell how much tape there is on this one. Be nice if Wizardry loads from tape, but I'm sure I've got more than one copy of this. Certain games I do have more than one copy of. Whether they all have instructions, that's another thing. This one is in mint condition. The hinges on the clamshell are perfect, as is the instruction manual, which is mint. If it smelt like a new instruction manual, you could almost pretend you're back in 1986, I believe this game came out. It's quite an early game, really. And they made a big thing of the interactive soundtrack. Jesus Christ, what kind of fucking overload is this? Don't take this long to load up 52 fucking K. So I might try Thrust from tape, because I did have Thrust. So it'd be nice to have a tape copy that works. That's the ideal situation. Basically, all the games I had back then, that I have them in the same format. So one cartridge and loads of tapes. And that they all work. The tapes that I've got. Anything else apart from a few exceptions, maybe about 10 or 15 C64 games, I'd probably sell if they were worth a lot of money. I think I had Buck Rogers as a full price release. I don't think I had Blue Max as a full price release, but I can't remember now. Jesus Christ, this is one hell of a thing. I don't think it's loading actually, but there is still tape on there. There's not much tape on there, but the camera battery might run out. Yeah, the tape's not making any funny noises or anything, as in squeaky type noises. So I'll have to investigate this silicone lubricant thingy that they talk about. But how do you get it in there? Because you don't want to damage the tape, that's the thing. Very few games had tapes that have got screws that hold the two halves together. I do have a few, but they're very rare. Jesus Christ, I just get a feeling that the tape is just going to stop and it's not going to load. At least if you've got the raster coloured bars, then you can tell if like it's actually reading something on the tape or if it's just got mangled and there's a bit where they go a bit weird or they don't turn up at all. So I'm sure this is what happened last time. I'm sure it was like, oh yeah, we're going to get to play Wizardry from tape, and it's like after a very protracted loading operation like this with a blank screen, so you can't even tell if it's loading because they've turned the fucking shit off. And it did load. No, I can't rewind the tape. Alright. I'm sure this is joystick port 2. It is joystick port 2. Well, up takes you there. Right. So that's left and right. Okay. Right, okay, so the purpose of this game is you go down the hallways. Okay. I'm sure you just go through the doors. This is weird. Is this a load error? You have to be lined up with the door to actually go through it. But it's never been this difficult on the emulators. Sometimes it doesn't go where I want him to go. There we go, battery's going to run out anyway, so I think this is a load error. I wonder if this is what happened last time. And then go controls. You press the Commodore key to unlock a door. Okay. actually I think, no, let's just check out the controls here. Right, it's keys 1 and 2. So you want sword basically, so you're ready. You have to press like return or space or something to use it. Right, okay. Oh, I'm not seeing him doing anything with the thing, that's important.